Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Naman from 6th A. Here is a project regarding road accidents. Now, I'm going to explain the main factors causing road accidents. They are overspeeding, poor maintenance of road, not having a proper knowledge about signals, driving rules, etc. Animal crossing, etc. Not using seat belts, helmets, etc. Now, how to overcome these situations will be explained by my friend Vedic.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is S. Vedic from 6th E. Now, I'm going to explain how to overcome this situation. Through government had derived many rules and regulations, still road accidents are occurring. So, to avoid these, government should strictly impose law and we should follow. Traveling in a prescribed speed limit, drunk and drive test should be done very frequently. Put on helmets, seat belts, other safety equipment, etc. Never use mobile phones, earphones while driving. By doing this, so many accidents can be avoided. Now we are going to show a live example of the model.
If a car is going from here, it alerts the vehicle which is here and it's if a vehicle is coming from here if a vehicle is coming from here, it alerts the vehicle of here which is coming in a speed, and at a time it on the buzzer and the red light so that this vehicle can stop at a time, and it will repeat the same at this vehicle. Now my friend Vedic will explain the main reason of selecting this model.
In the hilly areas, there would be full of snow and we can't see properly. So, by demonstrating this model, we could avoid accidents like this. Conclusion. Road safety is very important nowadays as there has been increase in vehicle and it became crucial to follow traffic rules and laws and save ourselves and our families from road accidents. Also making others of road safety rules makes our road safe. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Shemu, sir. Today I want to tell about villages and cities. Villages and cities are areas where humans live in the colonies. The life of people is divided into villages and cities. Due to village life is far away from noise and pollution. Facilities like hospitals, schools, transportation are absent in villages. City enjoys all the facilities at the same. City life can gain various government services. Therefore, both village and city life are highly contrasted with each other. They have their own advantage and disadvantage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, M.G.Road and my friend Terrace. Today we are telling about automatic door. Automatic door, a door which opens automatically when approached by someone rather than to be opened manually with a door handle or a bar. Automatic doors are powered, open and close and filled with a spring to close it under. And it was the application of advanced sensor computer program through the PLC and ALC, variable speed control system and PLC control electromechanical system to open and close a door. And it was organized in 20th century, 30 to 40 years with mainly used for fire, military for fire and bloodproof and was easy to open. It was designed by Dr.Sudha and everything in 1954. Now my friend Terrace will conclusion.
Thank you, children. Activation sensors are used to activate the door opening and closing by sending a signal to the door operator. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, M.G.Road and my friend Terrace. Today we are telling about automatic door. Automatic door, a door which opens automatically when approached by someone rather than to be opened manually with a door handle or a bar. Automatic doors are powered, open and close and filled with a spring to close it under. And it was the application of advanced sensor computer program through the PLC and ALC, variable speed control system and PLC control electromechanical system to open and close a door. And it was organized in 20th century, 30 to 40 years with mainly used for fire, military for fire and bloodproof and was easy to open. It was designed by Dr.Sudha and everything in 1954. Now my friend Terrace will conclusion.
Thank you, children. Activation sensors are used to activate the door opening and closing by sending a signal to the door operator. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir. A very pleasant morning to respected ma'am and sir. Myself B. Karthik.
And myself, Abhinav.
We are from class 6-3. We are here to present you about solar and lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, leaving a moving region shadow on the earth's surface. The solar eclipse occurs on new moon day. The solar eclipse is only visible from a narrow strip of land over which the moon shadow passes. The solar eclipse is seems from a few places. It happens during the day. It is not safe for seeing a solar eclipse with a naked eyes. We must keep and protective glasses to avoid the harm to the eyes. Every year there are at least 2 solar eclipses. Thank you, ma'am. Now my friend Abhinav will continue.
Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occurs when the earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon. Lunar eclipse occurs on the full moon day. Lunar eclipses are visible from the nighttime hemisphere. It is perfectly safe to see a lunar eclipse with naked eyes. Lunar eclipse is seen from many places. There can be up to 5 of each eclipse in a year. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Myself, M.G.Road from 6th. I am going to tell you about water lamp. The reason for taking this project is water is a precious resource, but now people are not saving it, so it became a product. And all are thinking that World War III will happen due to water wastage. So I want to stop this wastage and wanted to demonstrate this technique. What is the importance of water? We can very well understand the importance of saving water. If we try not to use water for 1 hour, definitely we will feel thirsty or need to go to washroom and use water. What is a water lamp? Water lamp is a device which makes alarms on when the capacity of water in low or about to leak from the tanks. We can use this project for bringing awareness of leakage for tanks. Required materials for making water lamp circuit are 1 9 watts battery, 2 wires, 1 button, 1 buzzer, 1 jar of glass, and some water. This is my humble request, don't waste water. And 1 drop can save 1 lakh of members, like in Africa. In before years, there are so many members without water. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Myself, B. Gijasri. I am from 6th. Today, I want to talk about home project. Materials that required are rectangular cardboard, magnify glass, torch, transparent sheet, and a white bits and a white paper. A projector is an optical device that projects image bigger. Uses. We use projector for customizable screen, size, huge images of font, high comfort, probability, and compact size. Let me tell you how projector helps us. It reflects light, less thin, more comfortable. Process to make home projector. First take the cardboard and make circumference of magnifying glass. Align the magnifying glass. Ensure that your lens is secured properly. Make a stand for the torch. Take a transparent square sheet. Draw a picture you like, place it between the torch and magnifying glass. Make sure your sheet is flipped. This is because when light passes through lens, it becomes upside down. So that projector picture also flips 180 degrees. Thank you.
Good morning, respected sir. I'm P. Sanakshi from class 7th A. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Hanish from class 7th A. Today, our project is goggle sensor to prevent accident. The main theme of this project is to save lives of the people. Sir, this is a project. Could you please look at it? The components we used in our model are audio nano, 9-volt battery, chip switch, 1-channel fire liquid, wires, buzzer, a DC motor, and a eye blink sensor. Uses of this components. Eye blink sensor. Eye blink sensor will record the blinkings of eyes. DC motor. DC motor is used to spin the wheel. Arduino Nano. Arduino Nano
Arduino Nano will give commands to this path. 9-volt battery. 9-volt battery will send supplies powers to Arduino Nano. Switch. Switch is used to switch on and off. One channel fire like it. Arduino Nano cannot send to all parts such as 9-volt HW battery, DC motor like that. So one channel fire like it is used to send. Buzzer. Buzzer helps to produce the sound. And wires are helped to transport the commands which were given by Arduino Nano. The principle of this project is infrared sensor, which is located in the Arduino Nano. This system was built on Arduino Nano, and this was based on electricity circuit. Uses of this project. If the user who drives more than 1 or 2 days without sleep may fall asleep while driving. To prevent this mistake, we came up with a model of goggle sensor to prevent accidents. To the references of government newspapers, we came to know that 1 lakh plus accidents and 50,000 plus injuries were happened in India. This project is very useful for the people who drive late nights. Conclusion. We finally conclude that be safe while driving. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Swathi of class 7th A. Today I am here to present my project, the center of gravity. The center of gravity is a point of an object where the distribution of weight is equal in all directions. For example, let's take this. Now this person will sit and stand. This is a flexible movement. Ma'am, sir, you may have observed that when he is standing, he bent his body forward and he pulled his legs back to stand. Good morning, sir. My name is Harish from class 7th A. The center of gravity is the theoretical point of the body where the body's total weight is concentrated. It's also used in designing static structures such as buildings and bridges. When we try to stand up, we have to move our center of mass to our feet. Therefore, to keep balance, we have to bend wheel forward while standing from the chair. The line of action force of everybody acts through its base. If the line of action of force acts out of the base, the object will not be stable and it will fall. So, bodies with large base area and less height will be more stable than those which have less base area and more height. So, keep nearby me. For this eagle, it is balancing on my finger because for the both wings, the weight is more so that it is balancing. Now I kept on its eagle stand. It's balance. For this car, the base is more and the height is less. So when accidents happen also, it cannot flip. For this building, thank you for spending your precious time with us, ma'am. Thank you. Today I am going to explain about the topic which says of future, which is the simple elements of nature to create a power which we can't live without. It's hydroelectricity. Hydropower. A hydroelectricity is the conversion of mechanical energy from flowing water into electrical energy. A hydroelectric dam withstands a strong river. A natural force. The strong force of water is captured and converted into electricity that is then sent on power lines to be used by people. Let's see how it exactly happens. After a dam is built, the flow of water in the river is restricted and water builds up to form a reservoir. The water in the reservoir is concentrated and placed into the control gate that controls the flow of the river from the dam. Then the control gate, the water current passes from the same stop and over the blades of the turbine. The electrical shares a single power and water is pushed over and to the turbine. The force of the compressed water is strong. The rest of blades of the turbine
which then spin the generator. The generator contains many strong magnets. A component pulls at the magnet spin rapidly and across the transport and captured the heavy wires in the powerhouse. Push transformers in the powerhouse convert the electricity to high voltage so that it can be used by elevated. There are many advantages of hydroelectricity. Thank you, Sri Pitambar from class 8. I am saying about hydraulic. Sir, you know what is hydraulic crane? Uses. Hydraulic crane is uses for lifting more weight. Sir, I will show a demo, sir. This is one demo, sir. We should first yellow we should fill, sir. After this purple, sir. After this green, sir. After we go down, sir. After then we should take rice and we should do, sir. Then the yellow will move like this, sir. This is the hydraulic crane, sir. And we can use this any importance I can say, sir. This is so flexible and we can make any process because it is lightweight, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Sri Pritam and my friend K. Chandraditya. Our project is about generating electricity by speed breakers. In this project, we have used motor, rod, and lights. First, the vehicle passes through this rod and generates energy by the motor, and this motor transfer the energy into the street light. This output is low, but when we install in the large scale, we can insert more power.
Good morning, sir. I am Sarada and she is Nikita Singh. We are from 7th B. We are here to say about drone pollination. The goal of every living organism, including plants, is to create offspring for the next generation. One of the ways that plants can produce offspring is by making seeds. Seeds can only be produced when pollen is transferred between the flowers of same species. The transfer of the pollen from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. It is an important aspect of the survival of plants. It also helps in maintaining food chain ecosystem balance and biodiversity. This promising new technology has been introduced in handful of crops like almond, apple, cherry, and pear. These creatures are becoming extinct because of the radiation of cell towers and the pesticides that farmers spread. New technology has been introduced, which is drone pollination. Let me say how does drone pollination works. To contribute to autonomous pollination, they are using a drone capable of autonomously navigating and detecting flowers to pollinate and transfer the pollen to the targeted flowers. Drones fly up and down the roads 10 feet above the tree canopy and can cover about 20 to 25 acres of land within an hour and flights about 25 minutes. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. This is V. Sai Sumasri and my partner S. Aiza are going to explain about terrace farming.
Terrace farming is the process of cultivating crops on sides of hills or mountains. It is one of the oldest techniques of conserving water and soil. Terrace farming is also called as step farming. It is common in hilly areas and in the states of Himachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, and in the plains of Uttar Pradesh. It is a traditional method of cultivating crops. It looks like the steps of a ladder. The crops grown mostly in terrace farming are rice, wheat, maize, flowers, and berries. Terrace farming plays an important role in ensuring food security and increasing crop yield through the conservation of water and soil.
The benefits of terrace farming are they boost soil conservation. They help to reduce water pollution. Nature is always has been man's best friend. They boost. Terrace farming brings a piece of nature to man's house. It helps to increase oxygen production in air. So the main benefits of terrace farming are they boost soil conservation, they help to reduce soil erosion. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I am K. Pratik from class 7 IIT. Let's talk about artificial intelligence now and in the future. A block focused on the basics of AI and how it works. Artificial intelligence is something you have heard of, but do not know very much about. But no matter how much you know or do not know, it is important to understand how this technology affects your life. Artificial intelligence is the creation of machines that act like humans. It is used to
create robots or self-driving cars and voice assistants like Siri and Alexa. Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that is programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science that aims to make machines capable of intelligent behavior. It uses algorithms and statistical models to make predictions based on data, which helps it to mimic human thought processes. Artificial intelligence has been around for decades. The first computer program was built in the year 1946. So, one example is this is an delivery robot, and this is the storage container of this robot. This robot is controlled with an Arduino which is connected to the wheels, and that Arduino is operated by this remote. And then we'll press this button, and this robot will move. And this is the ID card, and this is if we want to open this, then we need to keep this show this ID card to this sensor, and sir, one show this ID card to us. Show this sir to them. And when you will remove it, it will close it. And if an unknown person wants to open that, if you show means it will give a mother sound, sir, and it will not open. Till we
A pleasant morning to respected judges and teachers. I am Soumya and this is my friend Himamsi. We are here from 7th IIT to present our demonstration on satellite communication. Satellite communication is the transfer of information from one place to the other through a communication satellite which orbits the Earth. A communication satellite is an artificial satellite which transports information via a transponder and a receiver at different Earth locations. Believe it or not, more than 2,000 artificial satellites are around in space above our heads. Satellite communication is used for weather, space exploration, TV and radio signals. Now my friend Himamsi will talk about the topic how satellite communication works.
Yes, communication satellites are similar to the space mirrors that help us bounce signals such as radio and internet data from one side of the Earth to another. Three stages are involved in this process, which explains how it works. These are uplink, transponders, and downlink. It is important to understand that there is one uplink and multiple downlinks. So, Soumya, can you tell us about the satellite communication in India?
Sure, Indian National Satellite INSAT is one of the largest communication systems placed in the geostationary orbit, and also India has launched more than 381 satellites into the Earth's atmosphere. The first satellite launched by India is the Aryabhatta on 19th April 1957. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Myself, Virohit Ishwar.
Myself, P.V.
We are from class 7th IIT. Today, we are here to introduce our project ARS, which stands for Automatic Road Stands. In urban areas, the heavy road traffic is making the road crossing unsafe for the pedestrians. Accidents have been recognized as an important factor associated with the pedestrian's injury due to the usage of cell phone and personal gadgets.
Pedestrians are met with the accidents because of the unethical behavior of the drivers with the withdrawal of the signals. The uses of this ARS are reducing the number of accidents due to improved visibility, increasing the ability to deeply manage the urban traffic, reducing the traffic jam and pollution. They are capable to different kinds of streets and traffic situations. They are repeatedly and dynamically managed. Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity.
Good morning, sir. This is Deepak and my friend Neeraj. We are from AP. Now we are going to tell about our project, which is intruder and modern. In our project, we are having tactile switches. So when our car passes upon these tactile switches, in this automatic door gets opened easily, and this is automatic door. And
this is intruder where we use a laser and a LDR. When we keep the finger LDR, it buzzes.
And we use the earthquake alarm. This earthquake alarm consists of a battery, switch, and a coil which is attached to an earth. So during earthquake, we face many trembles in our earth. So to know it beforehand, we made this alarm. So when this easily during earthquake, this easily touch and creates alarm. Now you are hearing this alarm. Now we are even having fire alarm. This fire alarm consists of two rods. These two rods, which is one rod which is acting like a switch rod, another rod which is acting like a conductor rod. So when this got heated a little, the switch rod falls on this conductor rod and starts the circuit. So when this starts the circuit, this sends an immediate message to this buzzer so that the tenants can take their immediate action.
Half an hour, you will see that you have completed all the lunch. All of you have completed your lunch.
Today my project is about flood resistant house. The principle of flood resistant house works on the force of Beyonce. When floods will occur, we don't know it may occur suddenly. Inside this siren helps us to be alertness. This siren helps us to be alert. Flood and overflow of water on land. Right, sir? See, sir? Apple. See, sir, house will rise up if we pour water. నువ్వు ఇంకా బాటిల్ పోయొచ్చు కదా ఈ లోపు and
you have to pour gentle manner.
Slow. See, sir, house is rising up. And it is upside down, see, sir. I'm in the kitchen. And it is upside down, see, sir. See, sir, I am taking the wall. See, sir, it will go down slowly during dry conditions. Floods are caused due to heavy rain and overflow of water in rivers, sir. Slowly it is moving down, see, sir. Here I connected a knob, sir. See, sir, it is going down, see. I done simply with low cost based on instructions of principal, madam, sir.
Mission intelligence is the last invention that humanity never need to make. Said by Nikhil Boston. Good morning, sir. I, A. Jagadish, of 9th standard section, here before you to explain about our policy or human following. First of all, what is human following? By using DC gear motors, audio and microcontroller, ultrasonic sensors, and IR sensors, a robot must be able to follow the human within a specific range. Is called as a human following robot. There are several technologies that can be able to detect and maintain a certain distance between human and a robot. Most commonly used are ultrasonic sensors, infrared sensors, and voice and face recognition, camera sensors, and laser range sensor. OSEC invented the first time audio and human following robot, which use the combination of the ultrasonic and IR sensors. It uses the combination of ultrasonic and IR sensor to detect an object. It is very easy to build it and it works very effectively. So it was present several times on the internet. A servo motor is used in the operation of a robot which moves the ultrasonic sensors. And the servo motor not based in the operation of a robot, but except once at the beginning and its complements it's unnecessary. How to make this robot? First, step 1, gather the components like Arduino, DC gear motors with wheels and battery, Arduino, DC driver motor and servo motor and ultrasonic sensors and IR sensors. Step 1, now take a cardboard and place all the 4 ultrasonic sensors, sensor and now stick the wheels and on the car and make it as a car. Now stick the IR sensors. Now next is place the servo motor. Step number 5, now stick the servo motor and place the ultrasonic sensor on it.
and add a handle to it and move it. Now connect the Arduino and the DC driver motor. Now do the connection shown in the circuit. And step number 8. Now do the connect the switch to the battery and battery to the DC driver motor and connect the code.
The principle of object detection and monitoring is based on the data accepted by the both sensors. The ultrasonic sensor detects the presence of an object in front of it in a certain distance. In our project, it is 10 to 30 centimeters. The the object, if there is no object in this space, the four engines are idle. In this moment, any object comes into this space, the infrared sensors read it and the object moves in the desired direction. The distance it should respond can be adjusted by a small trim potentiometer. The distance should be slightly larger than the minimum distance. By looking into our surroundings, we can interrupt that these kind of robots can assist and serve people, and they are useful in libraries, airport, medical, and army department. Thank you. Now, my friend Jagdish will continue.
There are many interesting applications of this research in whether in different fields, inventory or medical purposes. A wireless communication facility can be added to the. Thank you.
A pleasant good morning to one and all. I be Delbert Jonathan
And I'm Banu Prakash.
of 9th Standard D section is here before you to present a future-based predictable topic, autonomous Arduino-based path sensing robot. First, by the name itself, you may just think it's a big and complex topic. We just kept the name for our robot by basing the mechanical applicable actions from our robot. First, from the name, I would like to say that Arduino means autonomous means automatic or self-control, and Arduino-based path sensing robot. We wanted to specify that we have used Arduino because it's the main and the key component in our total project. Now, before starting our first topic, what are the components we have used in our robot? We wanted to remark a great person who is considered as the father of industrial robotics, Joseph Engelberg.
Joseph Federal Engelberg was an American physicist, engineer, and an entrepreneur. Licensing the original patent award to George DeWall, he developed the first industrial robot in the United States, the Unimate in 1950s, and he also has many patents under his name, and is also the founder of a Project Idea.
Now, starting our first topic, what are the components we have used in our robot? First, robotic chassis. It is a surrounding and the supporting chassis which holds the Arduino, the L299 driver, and the motors and the motor driver. Next, caster wheel, which acts as a supporter wheel and helps in the movement of the robot.
Beaver motors. These are lightweight DC motors that produce high torque and RPM, excellent for lightweight and battery-powered robots. Wheels. These are the common and regular things which need not to be explained, and these are made by 3D printing.
IR sensors. They are the infrared light sensors which acts as a key component in our robot, which senses the line and moves forward. Arduino, it is a simple blue chip but has a total stored data in it. It is useful in different type of long projects.
L293 motors. These are also the key components of our project, which acts as the key role. The motors define the motion of the robot and gives commands to the beaver motors and next to the wheels to move. Switch and jumping wires. These are also the common and regular things which we use in our project. The switch to on and off the robot, and if it is continuously on, the battery is drained. And the jumping wires to connect the components each other, and it is also considered as the nerves of the project. Battery holder. These are also the holders of the battery that produce good energy for the working of the project.
Aloe batteries. These are the high power and capacitable storage batteries. We have used this type of batteries in our project because these are used for a long run. These are all the components we have used in our project.
Now arises another question. Do you think this type of technology is present in the world or not? Yes, this type of technology is present in the world and being used by a car company which is owned by the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, and his car company Tesla.
So we can clearly state that this type of technology is present now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Last Priya. Our project is about satellite communication. So, to tell you in detail, I have few examples. A girl holding mobile. How do you think that she gets signal? Yes, it is through a satellite. And how would a television work? Yes, it is also through satellite. So, let's get into the topic. Satellite communication is artificial satellite that relays and amplifies radio telecommunication signal via transponder and creates a communication channel between a transmitter and receiver on different locations on Earth, so that the satellites appear stationary on different locations on Earth. Therefore, the satellite dish antennas of ground stations can be aimed permanently so that they do not have to move. Antennas pointed in the right direction and pointed towards the sun. In this chart, you can see the first launched satellite, that is Rohini, and the satellite in the Earth's orbit. Now I conclude that in one word we can't imagine, 1 second imagine. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Rohit Raj. Are here to tell about space time.
Space is a boundless three-dimensional extent in which objects have relative position and direction. Spacetime is a mathematical model that combines three dimensions of space and one dimension of time into four-dimensional manifold. In general relativity, spacetime is curved. In 1915, Einstein proved that spacetime is curved.
My hearty welcome to respected judges. The science of today is the technology of tomorrow. This is Devi Priyanka Kondeti.
And this is Ram Satish Padala.
We are from 8I presenting our project, The Future City. We can imagine the future in many ways. We can start with the growth of urbanization, increase in technology, and of course the population too.
Next, we have moving on to the project. We have hydroponics, so greenhouse, earthquake column, space shuttle, windmill energy, solar panel based bunk, and industries which are having solar panels installed and artificial intelligence.
So let us move on to each model of our project. The plastic which we use here is completely eco-friendly. Here we have hydroponics. It is the agriculture or cultivation of plants without using soil. This fosters rapid growth, superior quality and stronger yield compared to other things. Next we have greenhouse here.
Next, we are having greenhouse. It's also known as solar energized greenhouse. It has solar panels installed. They collect light from sun and transform it into heat. It provides right environment for the plant growth, even in unfavorable conditions.
Moving on to the next, we have solar panels and windmills. Being a cleaner source of energy, wind and solar power cut down toxic pollution in the environment, making our planet greener and cleaner.
Most noteworthy, we have an earthquake alarm. We chose to put this here because there is more chances of destruction here.
Next, we have artificial intelligence, that is safety and security of the city. Here, we have a robot, which is a traffic robot. This shows our skill in science. This dignifies everything, and this is a space shuttle. It dignifies our skill in aeronautics. Apart from this project not only gives info of the future, but also gives info about the future threat, that is the need of conserving natural resources. As we can see here, vehicles are made up of solar panels. They run on the basis of solar energy. So that is the reason why we need to conserve natural resources. We are glad to have this opportunity. Thanks and all. My friend Vinish and I would like to share our experience with you. We witnessed an accident when we were going back to home from school. The reason of the accident was the truck driver was very sleepy and drowsy and crashed into car. We felt so bad and we started to think about the solution. With the help of social media and our parents, we got this technology, eye blinking accident controller. Eye blink sensor. The eye blink sensor is an infrared sensor with contained two parts, a transmitter and a receiver. Transmitter continuously emits the infrared rays onto our eye, while the receiver continuously looks for variations in the reflected rays, which includes that the eye has blinked. If the eye was closed, that means it will show high output. If the eye was open, that means it will show low output. This system can be used in very different variety of robotics, as it provides excellent results and it is very economical. This system also can be called a driver drowsiness system. This system can change a minor change in the ordinal code. This system can be changed in minor change in the ordinal code. Instead of blinking, the ordinal should give command to the buzzer to when the eyes of the driver was closed more than 2 to 3 seconds, depending upon your performance. This system can be used in all modes of transport like cars, bikes, ships, etc. This system is used to avoid accidents. It is useful to count the blinks of a person. It is useful to a patient awake or conscious. Thank you for spending your valuable time to us. This is the eye blink sensor. This is
This is the piping sensor. This is the ordinal. Ordinal should give command to the receiver. Then the tire will turn, rotates, and this is 4-volt battery. The 4-volt battery will give power to this energy, this DC motor, and then the help of ordinal, we should install the software into ordinal. Then the help of 9-volt battery with the help of buzzer. Then we can control this project. This is the transmitter and this is the receiver. The receiver continuously looks for variations in the reflected waves. This is specs. We can keep like this. We can keep like this, and we can. This is important for car drivers. Like this. If you close our eyes. Who are traveling in night times, this is important to avoid accidents.
Good morning, everyone. We are from 6th C. My name is Krishna and my friend's name is Sunaina. We are here to tell future technology of the world.
Let us know about home automation clamping system. Uses a clamp circuit. A clamp circuit uses an electric microphone within the circuit to detect noises to turn LED on. A clamp circuit can be used in homes and businesses to turn on the things such as lights, TVs, or whatever. It's set up to the clamp switch. In many cases, you can snap your fingers, clap your hands, or even speak to it. Let us see our project. Good morning, respective ma'am and sir. Myself Kitty and myself Sheikh Sadia from 6C, here to tell about permeable roads. I heard a news about heavy rain which hits Hyderabad city few months ago. The water was flowing heavily on the roads. I asked my brother what would be the solution. Then he told me these permeable roads. And with the help of my friend Sadia, I did this project. Permeable paving, also known as pervious or porous pavement, are surfaces that allows water to pass through walls in the paving material or between pavers while providing a stable load-bearing surfaces. Permeable paving surfaces are made of either a porous material that enables stormwater to flow through it or non-porous blocks placed so that water can flow through the gaps. Permeable paving can also include a variety of surfacing techniques for roads, parking lots, and pedestrian walkways. Permeable pavement surface may be composed of pervious concrete, porous asphalt, paving stones, or interlocking pavers. Unlike in traditional impervious pavement surface such as concrete and asphalt, permeable pavement system allows stormwater to pass to percolate and infiltrate through the pavers and into the aggregate layer soil below. The material used for these roads are cement, coarse aggregate, admixture, and water. But Kirti, I have a doubt that does these roads really absorb? Yes, Sadia, these roads absorb water really. Do you know these roads may absorb any water like storm water, rainwater, and wastewater. If the water were more even though it may absorb water, so it is helpful for us by absorbing water. Thank you, Kirti, for explaining. We hope that government may build these roads. If they build these roads, it may be helpful for us and our future generation from floods. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Desau of 6B, here to explain the project Line Follow Robot. Line Follow Robot is a simple autonomously guided robot which follows a line drawn on the ground to either detect black line on white surface or white line on dark. Line Follow Robot follows a line, and in order to follow, the robot must detect the line first. We all know the reflection of light on white surface is maximum and minimum on black surface because black surface absorbs maximum amount of light. So we are going to use this property of light to detect the line. For this project, we are going with the IR sensor because of its higher accuracy. To detect the line, we place two IR sensors, one on left and another on the right side of the robot. A typical line follower robot has two sets of motors. Let's call them left and right motors. Both motors rotate by basing the signals received from the left and right sensors respectively. The robot needs to perform four sets of motions, which includes moving forward, turning left, turning right, and coming to a halt. Application. These robots may be used in various industries and domestic applications such as carrying goods, floor cleaning, delivery service, and transportation. Advantages. As robots movement is automatic, it is used for long distance application. Thank you. This is me, Niklashree, and my friend Yukti Jain from 6th B are here to present our project on generating electricity from rainwater. Rainwater harvesting is a type of water harvesting in which the raindrops are collected and stored for our future use. Rather than allowing it to run off, this method is also used to produce electricity. Hydroelectricity is the conversion of mechanical energy from flowing water into electrical energy. Here, we have made a project on how to produce electricity from rainwater. So, it starts from collecting the rainwater. The rain falls, we collected it in the terrace of a building and then store it in the tanks. These tanks are used to store and collect the rainwater. Then, through a pipe, we pour the water on the water turbine to produce electricity. Then, through a generator, the electricity is then transferred and stored into batteries through wires. This battery is used to store this electricity. Then, the use of switch, we can on and off these lights that are installed on this building. Advantages of rainwater harvesting are: decrease the demand for water, it reduces soil erosion and flooding, it improves quantity and quality of groundwater level, it reduces your water bill, it can also be used for agriculture and irrigation purposes. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Viminakshi. I am Sanvi. We are from 6th class A section. Our project is electricity from aloe vera.
Yes, we can also produce electricity by using aloe vera. It is well proven that some living plants can also produce electricity, such as rambutan, varu, sengan, aloe vera, etc. The energy harvested from living plants is potential renewable energy. Here in our project, this energy is harvested from the leaves of aloe vera, which is very cheap and requires no cost for installation. This technique can be adapted in an area where there are plenty of plants. Aloe vera is chosen here because it has higher conductivity. Acid, magnesium, zinc, copper used to generate electricity due to a process called electrolysis. This technique can be used in areas such as deserts and villages because deserts and villages have less electricity and also more electricity generating plants. Aloe vera can grow in soil and sand.
This has been invented by a Rajasthan company called Aloe in the year 2019. The advantages of this project are that it is non-explosive, eco-friendly in the nature, and it can be used in remotes, clocks, toys, mini fans, LED bulbs, etc. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Amlikitasri. My name is Nitya. We are from class 6th. Our project name is density. What is density? Density is a word we use to define how much space an object or substance its mass. So it is called density. The material density is defined as mass per unit volume. Put another way, word density is ratio between mass and volume or mass per unit volume. It shows an how stuff an object has in mass unit volume. The SI units of density are cubic meter and cubic centimeter. The principle of density was discovered by the Greek scientist Archimedes, and it is easy to calculate if we know the formula. What is density formula? Density formula. To calculate the density usually represented by the Greek scientist,
Greek letter P of an object. Take the mass m and divide it by the volume v. P equals to mass per volume. What are the uses of density? Using density. Using density, one of the most common uses of density is in how different materials interact when mixed together. For example, I will show you. In normal water, I am adding the lemon, then the lemon will sink. In salt water, I am adding the lemon, then the lemon will float. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. This is P. Bharat from class 8E. Stand before you to present my project. My project is magical but the aim of this project was to help the people who are physically unable or handicapped or visually challenged people. A class which is an electronic device which will pass the sound energy into the electrical energy which may use for the any electrical appliance. It is more helpful for the people who are handicapped. Means they want to listen the news, radio, or any electronic devices. They can clap in their location where they are in the room. It is the help of this. Now I'm going to say its advantages. The advantages of it was that the person who was in his location with a clap, or he can on the light or turn off the light. In this locality. Example, while sleeping in the bed. The disadvantage of it was it will react for unnecessary sounds. We can cover it by using a voice lock which we will use in the mobiles. Here I used some devices. I will label it DC 547, IC 4017, relay 120 volts, HW battery 9 volts, 3 capacitors, LEDs for the indication, 10K resistors, 1K resistor, variable resistors, mic, bulb for the indication. Thank you.
Good morning, sir or ma'am. I'm Parthan Alsayer from class 7th A. I'm Vignesh Raj from class 7th A. My project is edible plates which can be eaten by humans and other organisms. And it can decompose after the usage in 30 days. And my main aim of this project is to protect the environment and nature from plastic potted plates, bowls, plates, etc. by using our products. The materials used to make our products are rice bran and wheat bran for plates, teacups and containers, and broken waste particles for straws. To make plates, we combine both rice bran and wheat bran in machine. When they both are combined, this mixture is collected and kept in machines like this. I kept in molds and kept under great heat and pressure to get the perfect shape of this plate. For straws, we use broken waste particles. When these broken waste particles are grinded and then until we get these powdery substances. And these powdery substances collected and kept in machines like this and then cutted to get perfect shape and then add food color to get this color straws. The uses of our plates are many. There are many uses for our plates. The first use is our plates just take 30 days to decompose. But paper takes 6 months, plastic takes centuries. According to estimation, to make 1 pound of plastic it takes 78 liters of water and release 1 kg of carbon dioxide. But for our products, it just takes 4.34 liters of water and release 90 grams of carbon dioxide. Our plates decompose within 30 days and turn into quality compost. And it can be eaten by cattle and humans. Teacher. I'm Mohammad Akif of class 7B and I'm going to explain you about excretory system. Excretion is the removal process of all toxic and unwanted waste products from the body. The kidneys are bean-shaped organs which are situated either at the side of your spine, below the ribs, behind your belly. Each kidney is about 4 or 5 inches in size. The kidney's job is to filter the blood. It keeps the electrolytes and also it keeps the body fluid balanced. These are the kidneys, arteries, and these are the different parts of the kidneys, like right kidney, renal artery, renal vein, left kidney, ureters, etc. The kidneys will filter the blood. The blood with the digested food enters into the kidneys and gets filtered. After filtering, it again joins in bloodstream.
Now let me demonstrate by showing the working model of the kidneys. As you can see here, the water absorbs the digested food in the kidneys. The remaining waste is converted into urine and sent to the urinary bladder through ureters, and it is passes through urethra.
Now I will tell about dialysis. Dialysis. Sometimes a person's kidneys may stop working due to infection or injury. As a result of kidneys failure, waste products start accumulating in the blood. Such persons cannot survive unless their blood gets filtered through an artificial kidney. This process called as dialysis. Process. In this process of dialysis, blood is separated from the body. It is painful as well as very expensive process. There are two types of dialysis: hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis. Hemodialysis. It is a form of dialysis in which blood passes continuously through a dialyzer machine to remove waste products from the blood. It is a peritoneal dialysis. First of all, a surgeon will make a vascular access in the body by connecting a artery and vein, which performs usually 3 to 4 weeks of period to dialysis. These are the two methods of dialysis. Thank you.
Good morning, respected ma'am or sir. This is Hima Priya from class 7A.
This is Madhumita from class 7A.
And today we are here together to present you a project on compact biogas plant. Biogas introduction. Biogas is a renewable fuel produced by the breakdown of organic matter such as foodstuffs and animal waste by microorganisms in anaerobic conditions.
Our project is about biogas plant and we want to promote green energy. Materials we used in this project are cardboard and metal.
The parts which we fixed in a project are a funnel, an inlet, an outlet, animal waste and food scraps, a chopper, a digester, a gas valve, an LPG gas pipe, a mixing chamber.
Sir, now let me explain you how we have made this project. First, we have fixed an inlet pipe into the digester and attached an funnel on the top of the inlet pipe. On the top another side of the digester, we placed an chopper which cuts the food scraps and animal waste into small pieces so they decompose easily. We have made an house model to make you understand that it is used for cooking in our kitchen and it also produces electricity. There is an outlet for manure. It is made by 12 bands. On the other side of the digester, we placed an gas valve and attached an LPG gas pipe for it. When we light with the lighter at the width of the LPG gas pipe, the flame will be produced.
Now I will let you know the procedure. Cow dung, dead plants, agricultural waste, food waste, and etc., which are various forms of biomass, are mixed with an equal amount of water in the mixing chamber or tank. This mixture is called slurry. Now slurry is moved into the digester to the inlet chamber or tank. When the digester is almost half filled with slurry, the introduction of slurry is stopped. The digester is closed and oxygen is prevented from entering the digester to let the fermentation process take place actively. pH level in the digester should be 30 to 35 degrees for maximum yield.
Now the plant is left unused for 2 months. During these 2 months, anaerobic decomposition of organic matter takes place. EU bacteria converts organic acids into alcohols, acetate, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen gas. Archean produces methane by using alcohol and hydrogen gas. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Dr.Sudha Science Quest. I am an Rachna of 8th I standing before you to speak about my topic, homemade sanitizer and painkiller. What comes to our mind when we hear the word sanitizer or painkiller? Our mind thinks about chemicals, alcohols, which have a lot of side effects. But my sanitizer is made up of natural compounds. These three substances are taken into a glass jar and mixed gently for 2 minutes so that an oily substance will be formed. This oily substance has a variety of uses. It is used to stimulate our body's immune response against diseases. It gives us the immunity from a disease which causes COVID-19. But how does this COVID-19 vaccine enter our body? Viral vector COVID-19 vaccine is given in a muscle in the upper arm of our body. It enters the muscle cells and uses the cell's machinery to produce a harmless piece of what is called a spike protein. And she's my friend Lalta. Today we are here to present our model on COVID and its vaccine. Firstly, what is COVID-19? COVID is an infectious disease caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus. It is very contagious and has spread all over the world very quickly. It can spread from person to person through small droplets from nose and mouth, or even by touching an infected surface and later touching our face with that hands. Most common symptoms of COVID are loss of taste, smell, severe headache, fever, cough, cold. Firstly, a virus infects our body through entering into the healthy cells. Then, it locks onto the cells and eventually it even kills some of the cells. And then, in this method, we can grow plants without soil but by water-based mineral nutrient solutions. In this water, we can add some nutrient solutions, chemical fertilizers. If you want to go with organic, we can cultivate like fish excrement, duck manure, and the water will be released to the plants, sir, and the plant starts growing, sir. Thank you. History of Class 8B. We are glad to invite you to our Dr.Sudha Science Quest. Today we are here to explain you about acid rain disturbs the seed germination. Acid rain is a chemical process that begins when compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are released in the air. These substances can rise very high into the atmosphere, and when they react and mix with oxygen and water, they create a more acidic pollutant for acid rain. Effects of acid rain. Acid rain can create a harmful impact on the atmosphere. It destroys soil fertility and it causes skin infections and irritations. It damages breeding statues and many more. It also makes the metals erode. It also causes high impact on human health. Seed germination. The process in which a seed grows and matures into an adult plant is known as seed germination.
Ram and my friend Anhan is here to explain my project, Humanoid Robot. First, what are the parts of this robot? Parts of this robot are gear motors, wheels, sunboard sheets, node, MCU ESP8266 chip, motor driver, 12 volts battery, and breadboard sheet. And if you want to use this in army or restaurants, we should make this size into bigger, and we should use big servo motors, which RPM is 7,000 RPM. And if we want to use this in restaurant, we should keep it in big size, and we should make the hands with extra materials, and we should make with other materials such as of this robot is mostly useful in agriculture and in army mess. In agriculture, it will do ploughing for 24 hours so that farmers will get crops faster. And in army base, it will go from our base to our enemy's base and collect info. Move it. Are presenting the electromagnetic train. It works on the principle of electromagnetic force. Orested was the one who discovered electromagnetic force in 1980. Electromagnetic force means when in the middle of the coil, the magnetic flux. This is called the electromagnetic force. To successfully operate this electromagnetic train, we need three objectives. They are propulsion, levitation, and guidance. Propulsion. Propulsion is achieved by propelling coils. They are powered in an alternate. Of class 8, we here to say about acid rain.
Acid rain. Acid rain is a mixture of acid rain. The name only suggests that it is a mixture of acid. It is formed by burning certain fossil gas such as coal which gives carbon dioxide gas, and petrol which gives nitrogen oxide, and diesel which gives sulfur dioxide gas. When these were burned, they give off some dangerous gases, and when these gases mixes with the environment, they form as acid rain. Acid rain is very dangerous and corrosive.
Good morning, sir. My name is St.John. I am from 7E. Today I am here to explain how the power is generated. People use electricity for lighting, heating, cooling, and operating electronics, and etc. Most power is generated using steam turbines, using fossil fuels, by using nuclear, biomass, and solar thermal energy. The other major power generation technologies are solar PV, wind turbines, and hydro turbines. Now I am going to explain how solar power is generated. Solar power is generated how? When the particles of light hit the thin layer of solar on the silicon layer, the electrons knock off. This charge
About Mars. Mars is known as the Red Planet. It is named after the Roman god of war. It has two moons, Deimos and Phobos. Mars is about 84.066 million kilometers. On July 14, 1965, found that Mars has an atmospheric pressure of only 1 to 2%
of Earth's temperature. The average of Mars is -81 degrees Fahrenheit. However, temperature range around is -220 degrees Fahrenheit. It will work like
When we are turning the
the person will go up
and
so they can go easily from
first floor
so handicapped people can go easily from first floor to
to
second floor.
Good morning, sir. This is Bhavishya. I'm here to explain my topic reactions of acids with bases. Before going into topic, I want to explain what are acids, bases, and salts. Acid. An acid is a molecule or an ion capable for either donating a proton or making a covalent bond with an electron. Base. A base is a substance which can neutralize acid by the reaction of hydrogen ions. Salts. Salts are the substances which are produced after the reaction of acid with a base. So now let us see how the neutralization process takes place. This is sodium hydroxide. This is the indicator phenolphthalein. The color is going to change. The indicator phenolphthalein is colorless in acidic solution but turn pink in basic solution. Now let us add a few drops of hydrochloric acid. The color change it into colorless. What is this process is called? This is called neutralization. We can use neutralization in our day-to-day life. The best example is when we got acidity, our stomach produced excess acid. That is nothing but hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is very harmful for our stomach walls. So thus we get the burning sensation. The tablet or the syrup which we use is just a base. This we can call it as antacid. Antacids are like Digen and etc. When the antacid enter our stomach, it slowly neutralizes the hydrochloric acid and then the acid neutralizes it. The another example is when the farmer use limestone. It is just nothing but a base. Limestone is a base. A farmer can know that the soil is acidic or basic by doing pH test. pH test is nothing but the dilution of soil. If we dilute the soil and we use some chemicals like the indicators like phenolphthalein or red litmus and blue litmus papers. So this is
A blue litmus paper which turned into red when we kept this in the acid. This is the acid, hydrochloric acid. Blue litmus turned into red. This is red litmus and this is a sodium hydroxide. Red litmus turned into blue. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Heartily welcome to Dr.Sudha Science Quest. We are from 7th standard. Myself, John.
And my name is Joshua.
And my name is Joshua. Our topic is electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water is also known as electrochemical water splitting. It is a process using electricity to decompose water into hydrogen and oxygen. By electrolysis, hydrogen gas released in this way can be used as hydrogen fuel or remixed with oxygen to create oxyhydrogen gas, which is used in welding and other applications. Electrolysis of water requires a minimum potential differences of 1.23 volts. At that voltage, external heat is required from the environment. Let me explain principle. A DC electrical power source is connected to two electrodes which are placed in the water. Hydrogen will appear at the cathode and oxygen will appear at the anode. Assuming ideal Faraday efficiency, the amount of hydrogen generated twice the amount of oxygen. Thank you. First, the oil companies will visit the farmers for the crops trades such as sugarcane, rice, husk, and maize. Now, these crops are transported to a place where the fermentation process happens. In fermentation, the yeast and the sugar powder is added, and again, these are added to the crops to form carbon dioxide and ethanol. Now this fermented ethanol and carbon dioxide is transported to another place where the purification process happens. Now the pure ethanol is produced. This pure ethanol is again transported to a huge place where the blending process happens with the petrol. Now it is transported to the fuel station. Here in fuel station we have a future that the customers can know how much ethanol is mixed with the petrol. Thank you.
A very pleasant morning, respected sir. Myself, Kayukimal, and he is my friend.
M.T.R. I am from 6th here to talk about hydraulic London Bridge. The hydraulic bridge is also known as a moving bridge. It is a bridge that is used to allow seaside traffic through a body of water. In short, it can be moved to allow passage for ships. The bridge is designed to carry more weight. The system is more suitable for arch-based bridges. The hydraulic system is minimally controlled by computers. It also has the possibility for non-electronic automatic self-adjustment. Pascal's law is the principle behind the hydraulic bridge work. The hydraulic bridge uses petroleum-based hydraulic fluid for operation. Hydraulic motor and hydraulic cylinders are two important components used for powering the bridge with hydraulics. The hydraulic cylinder can be divided into tie rod and welded depending on the construction. The welded hydraulic cylinder is suitable for providing longevity for the bridge. Generally, bridges that rise and fall on waterways used by shipping and clearance under the bridges is insufficient to allow safe passage unaided. Now my friend K. Vijayawada will continue.
Some of the main advantages are ease and accuracy of control. By using simple lever and push buttons, the operator of hydraulical system can easily start, stop, speed up and slow down. Simple, safe, and economical. In general, hydraulical system uses fewer moving parts as compared to purely mechanical and electrical system, so they are easier to maintain.
So, science had made the hardest bridges even to move and for better transportation. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I'm Uma Chandrika of 9th Standard B section.
Welcome to Dr.Sudha Science Class. This is my project, Electricity from Waste. Before getting into the topic electricity from waste, let me tell you about waste. Waste is nothing but an unwanted substance. It is any particle which is discarded after use, considered worthless and of no use. Now this waste is considered very badly. In our country, India, more than 200 kgs of waste is being piled up, dumped up and then burned in the landfill areas. This is a huge environmental issue as it releases greenhouse gases and greenhouse effect as well as global warming with air pollution. Not only that, this waste is contributing to environmental problems and the economic loss of a country. The landfill area which is used for dumping the waste can be utilized for developing factories and as well as industries, thereby which an economy of a country can be developed. Now I want to explain you my project, sir. The waste is dumped here, goes into this, and later on from the furnace it is burned up and the steam is produced. Later on the water is burned in the boiler plant and then the burned water is sent to the boiled water is sent to the water plant where the steam is produced, and later on the steam is sent to the turbine where the turbine is rotated and then it is sent to the generator for generating electricity. Later on, the generated electricity is sent to the power grid. Power grid is a very important thing over here because power grid stores the electricity and then it supplies to the city.
The science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Good morning, sir. This is Siri Vanilla.
This is Swashita. We are from 9B and our model is Smart City. Here you can see straddling spiral parking. Through this, cars can be parked on the top of the building.
This is a straddling ambulance. It is a guided ambulance that can straddle above the road traffic and reaches to the hospital without any delay.
Now let's get into the 3 laws of motion. You may be thinking that what is this spark meant for? Through this spark, we are going to explain the first law of motion. The first law of motion states that the object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion unless compelled to change its state by an applied force. This swing is in rest. I give it a push and it comes into motion. Hence, it satisfies the first law of motion.
The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. Here, this car is not moving, but if me and Vashida push it, it hardly moves. But the continuous push over some time results in the gradual acceleration of the car to the speed. Hence, it satisfies the second law of motion.
The third law of motion states that when an object exerts a force on the other object, the second object immediately exerts force back on the first object. Here, the person walks on the road. While walking, she pushes the road below backwards. The road exerts an equal and opposite force on the foot to make her move forward. Hence, it satisfies the third law of motion.
Here, this house is using solar panels. Solar panels collect energy from the sun in the form of sunlight and convert it into electricity that can be used to power homes.
Very pleasant morning to one and all. This is Ms. Srisha Ashish Verma and here is my project partner E.Pranithraj. Today we are going to tell about the space. The space is a never-ending subject. The closest star to us, the sun.
Sun is the source of every energy. It fits about 1 million of volts in it. The rays of the sun destroy the germs. The smallest planet in our solar system, the Mercury.
Mercury is the closest planet to the sun, so it just takes 88 days to complete one revolution. It was named after a Roman god. The hottest planet in the solar system, Venus.
It has a temperature above 464 degrees Celsius average. Its diameter is about 7,521 miles. Its clouds contain acetylene. It is the only planet which shows in the opposite direction, the blue planet, the Earth.
Scientists say that the Earth is about 3.7 billion years old. The distance between the Earth and the Moon is about 238,900 miles. In that distance, we can fit every planet in the solar system. The red planet, Mars.
Mars orbiter mission was also known as Mongolian 1, or the space probe orbiting Mars since 24 September 2014.
Was there a Mongolian 2?
Yes, there was also a Mongolian 2, which was going to start in 2024.
The surface of Mars consists of iron. The iron reacts with the oxygen in it and forms iron oxide. So it will look like a red planet to us. It consists of 95% of carbon dioxide and just 1% of oxygen in it.
Its diameter is about 4,220 miles. The biggest planet in the solar system, Jupiter.
Jupiter is 4.5 billion years old. Its diameter is about 86,881 miles. The great red spot in it is a never-ending storm. The Saturn.
Saturn is less density than the water, so if you throw the Saturn in a large-size pool, it would float. It is 9 times wider than the Earth. Its magnificent wings were formed when one of its moons fell apart.
A pleasant morning, sir. This is Birishta and my friend P. Hema Madhuri. We are from 7th Standard D section. We are here to present our project. Our project is about how hydroelectricity is generated using rainwater. Let us know what is hydroelectricity and many more about it.
Hydroelectric energy is the most widely utilized sustainable power source on the planet. Basically, hydroelectric energy means the production of electricity using hydropower as a power source. Hydropower provides benefits beyond electricity generation by providing flood control, irrigation support, and cleaning water. The advantages of hydroelectricity are it has an environmental impact. Electricity can be produced at a constant rate once a dam is constructed. The water from the lake of the dam can be used for irrigation purposes in farming. Very low net emissions. The cheapest energy source. Disadvantages of hydroelectricity are it's not always safe. It has an environmental impact. A serious geological damage can be caused due to the construction of large dams, impact on fish, etc. Let me ask a quick question. Which country is the largest producer of hydroelectricity? The answer is China. China is the largest producer of hydroelectricity in terms of capacity and number of new developments. My friend will explain the project.
Rainwater harvesting is collection and storage of rainwater that runs off from rooftops, parks, roads, open grounds, etc. This water runoff can be either stored or recharged into the groundwater. Advantages of the rainwater harvesting are cost-effective, conserves water, a water for landscape irrigation, reduces the water bill, reduces the need of importing of water. Do you know how much rainwater wasted in India? It's quite unbelievable that 368 billion liters of rainwater wasted in India. Now my friend will continue.
At the plant level, water flows through a pipe, also known as a penstock, that spins a blades in a turbine, which in turn spins a generator that ultimately produces electricity. Most conventional hydroelectric facilities operate this way, including run-of-the-river system and pump storage system.
Hydroelectric power offers a number of advantages to the communities that they serve. Hydropower can provide as the country transition 100%. Transition 100%.
Good morning. My name is Yashwant and my partner Karthik. We are from 70 and we are going to present about Hyperloop. Our presentation is going to be in 4 phases. First one, a working principle of Hyperloop and a demo. Second one, some of our own thoughts which Hyperloop came to our lives. Third one is our own idea which we want to share with ISRO and NASA. And fourth one is finally we end up with questions and feedback from you. And I'll give a small introduction about Hyperloop and I'll hand over to my friend for further proceedings. Hyperloop is a train-like transportation system that can travel up to 1,256 miles per hour and which it is frictionless and that Hyperloop compartments called pods. And Hyperloop was promoted by Elon Musk. He is a big inspiration for us. And my friend Karthik will take it forward.
Hyperloop. Thank you, Shah. Hyperloop works on 2 basic principles. One is electromagnetic field and another one is or magnetic levitation. The Hyperloop works on. I have to demonstrate that I have a coiled copper wire here that acts as a loop. To create electromagnetic field, I attached two neodymium magnets, which are very powerful. To supply electricity, a Duracell battery. When I keep this rod inside the tube, it moves forward. are connected and attached to need in the magnet to one Duracell battery to supply electricity. When put this battery inside the loop, the, the battery moves forward. Arey,
In the fields of environmental chemistry, chemical kinetics, pharmaceutical chemistry, and drugs. We are happy to invite Dr.
and the Hyperloop pods carry people. With that, first principle is complete. The second principle is magnetic levitation. The magnet with mag, with, ma- with the powerful magnets, you can feel the magnet levitation.
Thank you, my friend. And let's move on to the next part. Let's move on to the next part. Some of our thoughts, which Hyperloop looks into our life, looks into our life is a student can go to various countries for study. Yeah. The working professional can go to offices in abroad on daily basis. And goods are ordered.
A student can go and hard distances but study on a daily basis.
A patient can go to a hospital in the world anywhere in emergency within minutes. Let's move on to the third point, which is interesting, which we got an idea that my friend will take it for.
Why don't we use the same concept of hyperloop in the space research especially in the rocket launching system? When we turn this hyperloop vertically and place the and replace the rocket with the power, the hyper when we launch the hyperloop, the the rocket moves forward and takes to the outer space. When we ignite the cryogenic engines, the cryogenics ignite and for it moves. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Samina Misbah from class 7D. So, my project is dam. What is a dam? A dam is a structure built across a river or a stream, mainly to retain water. Dams create water reservoirs for activities like human consumption, irrigation, and finally for industrial purpose usages. Water dams help for forming lakes, which we can use for recreational activities such as boating and fishing. Auxiliary works help them to function properly, which includes movable gates that controls the surplus of the water which moves downstream from the dam. Advantages of a dam are human uses, industrial uses, and irrigational purposes. Generating hydroelectric power. Dams are useful for the heavy amount of water is used to reduce by generating hydroelectric power. And disadvantages of a dam are displacement of people during the construction. Thank you.